same way we have to think about, okay, environmental implication. So it is about the environmental implication. Especially once we reclaim the water bodies for particular urban land use, suppose building construction or road construction or industries or hotels to cater the tourism demand, industrial demand, then of course what we are doing, or ports and many more facilities, then we are basically acquiring that land that is easily, you can say, acquired, and protest is very less. Those are our poor water bodies. Some rivers people may encroach with the time. Some lakes people can easily encroach in that area. Some, you can say, ponds, tala, pokhar, these are filled up easily and raising the building on that. Even some marshy land, swampy area, forested area full of water like mangrove, etc. Then we are basically cutting it to construct the building, concretization. So these things too much in the news. I am sure that this question, you have so many points. Only you have to use your articulation and you have to rearrange it. You have to try to draw some diagram in between as well. And I will show that how can you do that. So what you have to do here, the key thing is not only the environmental implication. Key thing was that explain with example. Here you can't rule out or deny the role of the example. With example you have to justify. Earlier question also I have given the example of Niyamgiri, Dongriya Cone tribe issue, or Israelite issue, or POSCO issue, or Bellary issue, or this Balladilla issues. Many more issues in case studies you have in the mineral. But that particular question not having the example, but here examples especially mentioned. So examiner will judge your answer with examples. So what you have to consider, that water bodies, if we are turning into building, road, industry, suppose any lake or any, you can say the body is there, and we are basically making the building in that surrounding, or we are filling this area by certain material, then we are raising the building on that, or making the hotel on that, or making the road on that, like that. Then which examples you have, which rivers have been encroached? Then I will say, you need not to worry the river's name. You go to any big city, either Delhi, Yamuna river you see, encroachment, massive encroachment in the Yamuna flood plain, और यमुना के बैंक के चारों ओर देखेंगे बिल्डिंग बनती जा रही है. यमुना सिमट कर नाले के रूप में हो गई, रिवर टू सीवर जर्नी. सेम विद मीठी रिवर ऑफ मुंबई, it has been severely encroached. Same with the Chennai, the Adiyar Kom river. Same with Musi river of Hyderabad. Same way the Mula Mutha river of the Pune. Same way the river of even in Srinagar surrounding the Jhelum river, which has been encroached a lot. Even you can say the Patna side, even the Ganga bank even. So any big river, small river, then you will see the encroachment is very common. Not only rivers, but also the lakes, Bellandur Lake of Bangalore, lots of discussion in the past. Also Deepor Bill of the Assam, also the Badkal Lake of Faridabad, which has been drying up completely. If you go there, you see no water is left there. So already we have acquired, we have damaged this part, the water bodies. But why I am saying that once you take the example, so I will say that you just focus that which cities you know along the rivers. Then you will say, okay, Yamuna I know along the Delhi. Even I know the Meethi river, Mumbai, very famous. Also Musi river, Hyderabad. So I will say, okay, you pick Yamuna. You pick, with example, the Musi. You pick the Meethi in the rivers. Because almost, if you see the big cities, either Ahmedabad, Sabarmati, or you can say even part of the Ganga near Patna, or Allahabad, or Prayagraj, or Varanasi, or many more places you can say Gomti, and Mula Mutha river of, you can say, of Pune, or Adiyar Kom of the Chennai. You don't have the scarcity of the examples. Actually, most of the big cities have been developed not only in India but worldwide along the river bank, along the lake. Freshwater bodies were required. Ancient civilization flourished near the river bank. Adiyar Comb, and few example in your mind, for example, Yamuna, Delhi, Agra, etc. Mathura, Musi, Hyderabad, Meethi, Mumbai, Sabarmati, Ahmedabad, Ganga, Patna, Varanasi, etc. Kanpur, Gomti, Lucknow, Mulla Mutha, the Pune, Adiyar, the Chennai. So many water bodies, the river water bodies which are passing through, which are having the movement in the in city side urban area. One or two example if even you have, suppose you don't know Musi, you don't know Gomti, you don't remember Mulla Mutha, Diyar Comb, then you know the okay Yamuna, or you can say the kind of river Meethi of Mumbai, etc. So 2 or 3 rivers you can pick. I'm not saying all the rivers. Similarly, some lakes in your mind you can have. For example, which lakes? The one lake of the Bangalore, too much in the news, Belandur Lake. Belandur of Bengaluru, known for its stinky or foam or fire as well in these lakes. So Hindu में pages के pages आए Belandur Lake पर. Also you can say the kind of other lakes if you want to mention their name like Badkar Lake, Faridabad, or any other wetland also you talk about. It is not here. Deepor Beel in Assam, and also we can say several other lakes you may put here. Those are encroached as well in India. Not only that, river lake, but some marshy land, swampy area, swamps और marshy land, दलदली ज़मीन जहाँ पे पानी है, swamps, marshy land, like mangrove area, coastal forest we have around Mumbai, around Chennai, around several coastal cities, mangroves, or even other forests as well, or other trees and vegetation. Or wetland we can say, these water bodies even we can call wetlands. Wetlands under Ramsar Convention. So many things we are aware of. So 2 or 3 or 4 example you can choose. Okay, one lake, okay, Belandur is enough. 2 or 3 river, Meethi, Adiyar Comb of Chennai, and Musi of Hyderabad and Yamuna of Delhi is enough. Also mangrove example near Chennai, near Mumbai, and also some forested area, RA forest of Mumbai, etc. So what you have to see, okay, examples I have to choose. So from current affairs, whatever you have in your mind, then you can pick those kind of example. Then you have to simply go for your logic that what would be the environmental implication. So it is the river we are encroaching, it is the lake we are encroaching, it is the swampy marshy area, daldali zameen that we are encroaching. So it is definitely going to affect the water resources of the city. Either the pollution, or you can say the water loss, or you can say both, that would be. So one thing regarding with water, the implication, because environmental implication. Second thing in your mind should be like that water means life. So fish of that area, or even you can say several other biodiversity, vegetation, and many life, that will also be affected once water will be either polluted or water will be removed to make the building, concretization, then this loss will be there, fish loss and many more species loss, many more plantation loss or deforestation, etc. Even you may think on that line that these kind of pollution, etc. will also, you can say, the kind of soil, land degradation, air pollution as well. कई तरह gases निकलेंगी, इनको हम जब pollute करेंगे इन water bodies को, तो गंदगी बाहर आएगी, no doubt. So pollution of different kind. Even you can say in coastal area, once we cut the mangrove, we are allowing saline water, soil salinity, water salinity, and जो पानी बचा कुछ है, soil बची कुछ है, वो भी खराब हो जाएगी, salinity बढ़ जाएगी. So several aspects regarding soil, regarding air, regarding water, regarding land, regarding biodiversity, regarding the human being, the epidemics, all are environmental implication. So once you have to deal with that part, what I will advise here, that some example you have to remember, and other than example, if I say that you have to even deal with the implication, environmental implication. Then first implication in your mind should be water based, water related, hydrological, water related or hydrological. Either you write water related if you are even able to write some technical term, okay, it will be good. Hydrological aspects. How the hydrological cycle is getting affected by, you can say, removing the water bodies or encroaching that area for urban land use, making the industries, making the hotels, making the buildings in that area. Hydrological, you can say the cycle or hydrological aspects. For example, if you talk about, we say the river. Suppose any river you talk about, suppose you take the one river, you can say that is, you can say the Meethi river, for example. Meethi, a famous river passing through the city Mumbai. Then, as population pressure in Mumbai you all are aware of, you may start with that. What should be your introduction in that? That rapid urbanization, as population got increased considerably, is causing massive pressure on our water bodies, and these water bodies are being turned into the buildings, roads, ports, and hotels to cater the demand. For example, several rivers, wetlands, lakes got affected badly by that. Like in Mumbai, the Meethi river, this river, the Meethi river. Then, for example, so many buildings have come near the Meethi river. Then Meethi size got decreased. So what we are doing through the urban land use, so many building construction, either Yamuna or Musi or Meethi or Adyar Kom in several cities. If you just take the example, then these rivers, if I say, then once you will decrease the width of the river flow, then definitely water will overflow during the rainy season. Once rainy season will be there, like in monsoon season, rainy season, monsoon season, in July 2005, we have seen the massive urban flood in Mumbai. Unexpected flood, too much water in Mumbai. That was that Meethi river. So several other aspects, you can say the heavy rainfall in the time of climate change, cloud burst, you can say heavy rainfall, and we are living not in normal time, rather climate change time. Sea level is rising, and also you can say suddenly cloud burst, etc. Then massive rainfall, badla phatne se. Then we have seen that water encroached there. So basically people or scholars even used to say, हम नदियों का साइज कम कर रहे हैं तो नदियाँ फ्लड उगलेंगी, अर्बन फ्लड. बेसिकली इसको ये भी कहा जाता है कि हम नदियों का गला घोट रहे हैं, इनको तो मजबूरी में आके उसको कुछ करना पड़ेगा. So basically it is a response of the river. Once we will decrease the size of the river, river basin, river region, then river will overflow, and this overflow will lead to flood. The massive flood will be there. Same thing, the same diagram, only you remove the Meethi and you put here the Adyar river, Kom river of Chennai. Then 2015, in December month, 2015. So we are not here to remember the December or July, etc. But we will say, okay, Chennai flood, Mumbai flood in the past, recent past, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, 21st century's example you may take. For example, Chennai flood 2015, the Mumbai urban flood of 2005, and subsequently Mumbai में कई बार flood आई है, चेन्नई में भी flood आई है, as we all are aware of. That has become a kind of yearly scenario in few areas in Mumbai, Chennai in rainy season. वो अलग बात है, चेन्नई में नॉर्थ ईस्ट मानसून से रेनफॉल होती है, मुंबई में साउथ ईस्ट मानसून से रेनफॉल होती है, देन द टाइम पीरियड इज डिफरेंट. इन चेन्नई वी एक्सपेक्ट द रेनफॉल इन दिसंबर and November month, but in Mumbai, July, August, the time of the flood. But urban flood is very common because we have encroached our water bodies like rivers. Same with Musi River in 2020, the Hyderabad flood. This question also came in your exam, in mains examination 2020 में जो flood आई थी. Last year we have seen Musi flood, Pune flood, Musi Hyderabad flood. So October month we have seen in October 2020 the Musi flood. So what is the question here? That we have to first keep in our mind some examples, and then using those examples we have to proceed by simple way that water is bound to be affected, or water related issues or hydrological aspects will be definitely there. First will be the urban flood as the encroachment of that. But if I say that this encroachment of buildings, etc., encroachment of river basin or river surrounding river basin will cause urban flood, as I have given you the example through the rivers. But same thing you can say lakes वगैरह को भी, ponds को भी. Then of course what we are doing, we are releasing, or we are basically deliberately releasing this water to our area. हम फिर कहते हैं बाढ़ आ गई हमारे एरिया में, शहरों में बाढ़ आ गई. बेसिकली नदी बाढ़ लेके नहीं आई है, हम नदी के एरिया में आ गए, इनके फ्लड प्लेन में आ गए, उनको इनक्रोच कर चुके हैं. एंड इफ वी से दैट अनदर पार्ट, सपोज इनक्रोचमेंट बाय concretization, building construction, massive concrete, then one more problem would be there, that this concrete will lead to one more problem, that suppose in our rivers, in our lakes, we fill this area by concrete. Then if rainfall will occur, where this water will go? That has become impervious, impermeable. Concrete is impervious, impermeable, will not allow water to go inside. So where this water will go? We have made the building in all surrounding. So water, neither we are basically allowed to go to outside city, nor to going down groundwater. So ultimately, no groundwater recharging as well. So even one more hydrological aspect will be what? Other than flood, which another aspect? The groundwater recharging. So you may also say that groundwater recharging will decrease. And ultimately, especially in the flood plain area, जैसे यमुना का एग्जाम्पल दे सकते हैं. What we have done, यमुना flood plain heavily populated. तो यमुना के सराउंडिंग पर हमने इतना कॉन्क्रीटाइजेशन कर दिया है, नोएडा एंड दिस साइड, द दिल्ली साइड, that this Yamuna river, you can say, the flood plain surrounding area of the Yamuna, then if rainfall will occur, it is not going down. Concretization, then groundwater has decreased considerably. So you will see either Hyderabad, same thing, or Delhi, same thing. Groundwater is depleting faster because rain is unable to go down or recharge the groundwater table. So groundwater is fastly depleting, you can say. So that is also the key aspect in hydrological cycle. So it is extreme situation. If water through the rain we are unable to hold in our, you can say, flood plain, in soft area, in permeable rock, by concretizing that, so we are basically allowing more water on the surface, and this water will lead to flood because there is no way out. The रास्ता जो वे है जो पानी ले जाने का नदियों का, वो हमने रोक दिया है. तो पानी बीच में उफान आ जाएगा, रेनी सीजन में फ्लड हो जाएगी. सो फ्लड एंड ग्राउंड वाटर रिचार्जिंग, यही पानी अंदर चला गया होता, कंक्रीट ना होता, रिवर्स में इंक्रोचमेंट ना होता, पॉन्ड में, लेक में इंक्रोचमेंट ना होता, यमुना में, मूसी में, एंड ऑल दी मूलामुथा रिवर, देन ऑफ कोर्स नो ग्राउंड वाटर प्रॉब्लम, नो फ्लड प्रॉब्लम, even no pollution problem, because you know it very well, when this water will overflow because concretization, more flood. So during flood time, even the water pollution water is undrinkable. People, those basically drink this dirty water, then epidemics. In Chennai times, the epidemics. Mumbai also the epidemics. So after the urban flood, the epidemics by taking the polluted, contaminated drinking water. So we are basically through concretization losing our surface water as well, losing our ground water as well. River का पानी भी खत्म कर दिया, ground का पानी भी खत्म कर दिया, तो surface water भी कम हो गया, ground water भी कम हो गया. So we can say like that. And even if I say that one more issue is hydrological aspect is what? That we are also by cutting the trees in surrounding area as well. Suppose in Chennai, suppose in Mumbai, several examples are there, or Tuticorin port area or Ennore area. What we have seen that along the coastal line, deforestation, coastal line, deforestation, trees को कट कर दिया. और ट्रीज जनरली वाटर बॉडीज वाले जोन में कोस्टल एरिया पे रहते हैं, ये फ्लड से कंट्रोल कर रहे हैं, साइक्लोन से कंट्रोल कर रहे हैं. तो बेसिकली इस तरीके से साइक्लोन की सिनेरियो भी कोस्टल एरिया में, और साइक्लोनिक फ्लड भी, साइक्लोन के साथ साथ फ्लड का चांस बढ़ गया है. सी लेवल भी राइज हो रहा है. देन विच काइंड ऑफ वाटर विल कम फ्रॉम सी? सलाइन वाटर. और ये सलाइन वाटर धीरे धीरे ग्राउंड वाटर में भी जा रहा है, फ्रेश वाटर को भी कंटेमिनेट कर रहा है. तो जो स्वैम्पी एरिया थे, मार्शी एरिया थे, आरए फॉरेस्ट और मैंग्रोव्स ऑफ मुंबई इन बुलेट ट्रेन प्रोजेक्ट एज वेल, इन एन्नोर ऑल्सो कई प्रोजेक्ट्स. तो यू मे टेक द कोस्टल एरिया एग्जाम्पल एज वेल. इन कोस्टल एरिया डिफॉरेस्टेशन लाइक आरए फॉरेस्ट एग्जाम्पल. These forests also we are losing, plus we are basically losing a kind of buffer that would be control the flood coming from the sea, saline water flood, oceanic flood due to the cyclone time or due to the kind of sea level rise. ये जो खारा पानी वो पहुंच नहीं पाया करता था पहले, पर अब आने लगा है. वो ग्राउंड वाटर में भी सीपेज कर रहा है, वो सरफेस वाटर को भी कंटेमिनेट कर रहा है, वो सॉइल को भी सलाइन कर रहा है. तो वी आर ऑब्जर्विंग also these aspects. So other than hydrological aspects, you can talk about overall soil land degradation. क्योंकि बिल्डिंग के थ्रू गार्बेज भी इसमें आके मिलता है, कचरा भी आके मिलता है, गार्बेज एटसेट्रा. तो सॉइल लैंड डिग्रेडेशन, गार्बेज, सलाइन वाटर, all together. So many things. But one more thing is pollution of different kind, not only saline water issue. This garbage or sewage that is generally going to stagnant water bodies like lakes. लेक में जो गंदा पानी जा रहा है, वो नदियों में भी जो गंदा पानी जा रहा है. So little bit about that thing also you may note down that जो हमारी लेक्स हैं like बेलांदूर लेक, जो सीवेज आ गया, liquid waste of Bangalore इन बेलांदूर लेक, घरों से निकलने वाला गंदगी जो आ रही है, और ये गार्बेज वगैरह भी, कूड़ा कचरा भर दिया हमने. तो लेक भी, ये लेक का साइज भी कम हो गया, इंक्रोच कर दिया, और इससे डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ स्टिंकी स्मेल दैट इज कॉजिंग प्रॉब्लम टू द पीपल. मोर पॉल्यूशन, इवन फायर. इसमें कुकिंग ऑयल वगैरह भी, घर से निकलने वाला कुकिंग ऑयल वगैरह मिल जाता है, तो ये आग लगाने का काम भी करते हैं. इसकी लाइफ भी ख़त्म हो रही है. और ये गंदगी ऐसे यमुना के अंदर देखेंगे, यमुना में इतने केमिकल आ रहे हैं इंडस्ट्रीज से, केमिकल एफुलुएंट, आइदर बेलांदूर लेक और यमुना, केमिकल एफुलुएंट. यहाँ गुलाबी गुलाबी रंग के, नीले पीले कलर के झाग दिखाई पड़ने लगते हैं. लोग देखने को उतरते हैं, ओके तो कुछ देखने में खूबसूरत सी जगह लग रही है, आइसबर्ग जैसे लगते हैं, बट बेसिकली ये केमिकल्स हैं जो इकट्ठे हो गए हैं. फ्रॉथ जो होता है, पिंक फ्रॉथ, कई तरह के झाग उड़ जाते हैं केमिकल एफ्लुएंट से. दूर से तो यमुना बहुत खूबसूरत लगती है कि अच्छा ये, बट जब लोग पास में जाके देखते हैं, स्टिंक की जो एक स्मेल आ रही होती है. So that is also, you can say that environmental implication, air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, land pollution, biodiversity loss is there. Salinity also in the coastal area we have. Also urban flood, that is the most discussed aspect in that area. But you have to keep in your mind that we have to use certain current information, and for that अपने लॉजिक के साथ आप कभी सिटीज़ के आसपास की रिवर को, लेक को, 2 या 3 को कंबाइन करके यू मे प्रोसीड. So you may give the answer with this part: hydrological aspect, also the soil land aspect, biodiversity, and also one more thing in the last you may add कि जितना वाटर बॉडीज हम कम करेंगे, कंक्रीट को बढ़ावा देंगे, टेम्परेचर भी बढ़ाएगा सिटी का. ये वाटर टेम्परेचर को कम करता है by absorbing the heat that we call evaporation, cooling, latent heat of evaporation. बट अगर कंक्रीट हो जाएगा, कंक्रीट हीट को एब्जॉर्ब करता है, बिल्डिंग हीट को एब्जॉर्ब करेंगे, तो इससे टेम्परेचर ही बढ़ता है, हीट इंक्रीज, हीट आइलैंड ऑल्सो वी कॉल. तो कहीं ना कहीं ये वाला एरिया भी, तो दैट इज ऑल्सो द एनवायरमेंटल इशूज. तो एनवायरमेंटल इशूज ऑफ सेवरल काइंड यू आर अवेयर ऑफ. यू मे यूज ओनली थिंग एग्जाम्पल के थ्रू आप चल सकते हैं. एग्जाम्पल्स भी आपके पास बहुत सारे हैं, 3 या 4 एग्जाम्पल से भी काम चल जाएगा. बट सिस्टमेटिक एक्सप्लेनेशन, सम डायग्राम, सपोज इस तरह का डायग्राम बना सकते हैं आप, लाइक दैट, और फ्लड प्लेन. बट व्हाट इज द वे आउट अगेन इफ आई से ऑफ दिस काइंड ऑफ थिंग? देन यू मे से इन द लास्ट दैट टू प्रोटेक्ट द अर्बन एरिया एंड इट्स वाटर बॉडीज एंड ओवरऑल ecosystem of urban area, then the concept of smart cities. Also the cities of future to meet the demand of sustainable development goal, SDG को पूरा करते हूँ. Also coastal regulation zone, we require strict implementation of coastal regulation zone. How mangroves are damaged, how these forests in the coastal area, how these rivers and the water bodies, lakes and these wetlands we are removing. So coastal regulation zone, coastal area में काफ़ी प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, चेन्नई में, मुंबई में. So coastal regulation zone, strict implementation. So CRZ, coastal regulation zone. Or you can say as soon as encroachment in the floodplain area, encroachment of floodplain of the river must be reduced. जैसे कि यमुना रिवर है, यमुना रिवर के एरिया में फ्लड प्लेन से लोगों को हटाया जाए और इन एरिया को कंपनसेट रिहेबिलिटेशन दिया जाए, और इस एरिया में वी हैव टू मेक द पॉन्ड काइंड ऑफ थिंग, और गड्ढा बनाया जाए जिससे रेनफॉल का वाटर यहाँ अब्जॉर्ब हो जाए, फ्लड भी कंट्रोल होगा, ग्राउंड वाटर रिचार्जिंग भी होगी, और फ्यूचर में पानी की किल्लत नहीं आएगी. स्कार्सिटी ऑफ वाटर विल नॉट बी द फिनोमिना. सो दिस थिंग इज ऑल्सो एडवाइज कि यमुना के आसपास या दूसरी रिवर जो बड़ी बड़ी नदियाँ हैं, इनके फ्लड प्लेन को यूज़ करें हम पानी को इकट्ठा करने के लिए, ग्राउंड वाटर रिचार्जिंग करने के लिए. फिल्टर होकर पानी अंदर जाएगा एंड दिस वाटर विल बी यूजफुल फॉर मीटिंग द डिमांड ऑफ द पीपल लिविंग इन दैट एरिया. सो वी हैव टू क्रिएट द विन विन सिचुएशन लाइक क्रिएटिंग द फ्लड प्लेन फॉर वाटर स्टोरेज. तो इंक्रोचमेंट कम करके इसमें वाटर को स्टोर किया जाए, ग्राउंड वाटर की रिचार्जिंग करवाई जाए, वाटर टेबल को बढ़ाया जाए. सो ओवरऑल फ्लड को कम किया जाए, इंक्रोचमेंट को कम किया जाए, एंड ग्राउंड वाटर रिचार्जिंग की जाए. सो दीज काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स यू मेंशन इन द ब्रीफ 1 or 2 लाइन.